My name is Dylan Jambrek, and I'm the president-elect at UW-Eau Claire. As Michael indicated at the student reps meeting in Superior last weekend, we talked at some length about the growth agenda and specifically the More Graduates for Wisconsin agenda. And it was one of those things that we tacitly supported but had some concerns about. And student reps specifically stated that they wanted to make sure that this wasn't a commitment to increase more or less the traditional students at University of Wisconsin schools, because frankly there's no capacity to increase University of Wisconsin schools in terms of their traditional students. Of course, those that are there, we want to graduate and keep them there, but actually attempting to force more students into the UW system seems artificial and something that most campuses couldn't support without a huge level of financial investment. Many schools are already over budget and overpopulated in terms of their housing and various other issues which require significant investment. However, we think there are a lot of areas, if we wanted to pursue this More Graduates agenda, that could actually allow us to have more people graduate. As Regent Loftus pointed out, transfer students are frequently an issue in terms of them having a sort of institutional culture shock when they transfer and being unable to actually acclimate to the university from, say, a 2-year to a 4-year university. And that sort of program could actually be addressed through advising and some form of financial supports from the state. What's more, in terms of underrepresented groups, obviously there is an achievement gap, and I'd like to thank, from a student perspective, Regents Davis for pointing out this issue and the lack of urgency across the system. We need to have support, financial support, and actually address this issue. And I think that the More Graduates for Wisconsin program can actually be an initiative that may force this sort of urgency. Because if we're trying to get more graduates out of the students we already have, you start to look at the groups you already have on campus that aren't achieving at the level we want them to, like people of color and other underrepresented groups. So we need to focus on things like inclusive excellence programs, addressing veterans issues as they return from war to the university system, using technology such as the e-campus system to actually foster more graduates, and also looking at substantial investment in both academic halls and residence halls to potentially allow for more traditional students if that's the route the system wants to take. But student reps was highly concerned about basically cramming more students into the UW system instead of focusing on keeping the students we have actually graduating within 4, 5, or 6 years. So that was more or less the opinion of student reps as we met at Superior, to focus more or less on the existing students and not artificially putting more students into the system. So I will now turn it over to Regent Oppenhorst.